Okay, Pika, we're rolling. You ready? I'm ready. Hi. Welcome back once again. It is time for the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days. This is a hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. It has been surfing my coffee table ever since. That was the old opening. This is this year. Welcome to the Comics Coffee Table, where we talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Did I mention daily? That's the sound of my my many-sided die, my 20-sided die here. Oh, I rolled a 15, whatever that means. You're gonna have to take my word on it, right, Pika? He's got my back, and so does Drinka, and so does Jay, Canadian Bear, our studio audience. Recorded live, pre-recorded live before a studio audience of stuffed animals from our Boston studios. We are once again here at the Comics Coffee Table. We're leaving the real world's problems over there, far over there. We're pulling up a chair. We're grabbing a cuppa or a bottle of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. This is be water, my friend. Bruce Lee said that. Let me wet my whistle. Indeed. We come here once a day to just talk about what we love the most. Comic books. I love comic books. You love comic books. If you love comic books as much as we do, then you are at the right channel at the right time. You can watch this anytime. You can be part of the conversation. We try to perpetuate a comic book shop style conversation here with our 3 p.m. The live chat premiere is hopping, and it's full of familiar faces. I've seen a lot of you from Wes's Thinking Critical. I hope you notice I've been pimping his t-shirt. I buy his gear. He has me on the show. Of course I wear his brand. And yeah, if you want your own copy, you want your own t-shirts, I'll put the link in the description for that too. This year, it's not the golden age of DC Comics. That's what we did last year. That was a page-a-day book. 365 days book. And we just open up to today's date. We would look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We would read the blurb, and then we would talk about comic books. And that inspired and begat this comic book coffee table. That's where the coffee table came from. That's a coffee table book, and it's been literally been surfing my coffee table for almost 20 years. And the coffee table was where my friends and I would congregate. There would be a stack of movies, a stack of music, a stack of books, and also a stack, you guessed it, of comic books, floppies, trade paperbacks, hardcover graphic novels, you name it. We were trying to get each other to read it. It was a revolution. It was a renaissance. It was a great time. And we perpetuate that here, that feeling, those suggestions, and this love of sequential art told on pages. That there's, these things are bigger on the inside. They are. They really are. It's a whole world in here. And I love, look at this comic book ads, video games. Like, who is this? Who are they trying to sell this to? I don't know. This year we are reboxing, reboarding, we are reboxing, rebagging, for the most part, and reboarding my entire collection. I'm getting the whole point of the show is for you to get back to your local comic book shop, your LCS, your mom and pop brick and mortar shop, and buy your supplies there. I go to my LCS in my Village Square. Not only do I get new releases, tomorrow's new release Sunday, I got a stack of new funny books. You tune in daily, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Click on those notifications. Subscribe. I would love you. We're growing. We're going to break 1,000 soon. And then that's just our first 1,000. And we have new people showing up to the chat and in the conversation. And it's been a really nice time. And I love talking about comic books. And you do too. But I'm getting my supplies at the local comic book shop. I could be getting these supplies from my online supply chain with the free delivery and the built-in movie network, and getting a discount and getting it mailed to my house, and getting exactly what I wanted. I mean, we still can't get my lights at the shop, but you know, I'll take what they have. These snugs, the polypropylene. Say that 3 times fast, Sully, and we'll super chat that. You know, I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna do super chatting. No, it's not. I have a day job. I have a job, and it pays. You know, it's fine. I mean, I just, you know, I don't think so. I mean, super chatting is weird for me. I mean, it's given me so much anxiety. I don't want to, you know, I really appreciate people like Cecil and the Jack Show and Ethan Van Sciver for reading all of their super chats, because it just, being someone that is used super chats to, you know, on the bigger shows and not having them get read, it's just, there's an anxiety behind that for me, man, or lady, or anywhere on the spectrum of humanity where you fit and identify with. It gives me anxiety because you're glued to the TV. What if you miss your own super chat? That's happened to me so many times too. You know, and you have to rewind the show. Be like, you know, oh gosh, I just went out to the kitchen for 20 minutes because I got sucked into a conversation with my flatmate, and I missed my own super chat. So you have to rewind and then review, like, you know, what, 20 minutes of stuff. You know, if they got to it, and then the bigger shows, and you know, these super chat catch-up shows, and where they read your super chat the next day out of context to a conversation that you were literally paying to be part of. You don't have to pay here. You just have to show up and be part of it, and leave a comment in the comment section and be part of the live chat premiere. If I'm able to make it, I'm here with you guys, and it's great to see everyone showing up to talk about comic books. It's really nice, and that's what we're doing. A little escapism, taking a break in our busy day, and just really embracing what we love. And I'm using these 2 books too. There are links in the description to the Amazon pages for these 2 publications: the Overstreet Guides to Grading Comics and the Price Guide. Really good, invaluable information. Great part of my comic book collection now. I'm going to buy the new one every year going forward. It's that good. It's that important. Why I'm switching from these long boxes to the short boxes. Well, the older I get, the heavier they get, these long boxes. So let's do something about it now. So yeah, for the most part, I am keeping the bags. I don't know. I'll know it when I come across a bad bag. Oh, we got Flash Rebirth here. This was huge. We got dings? We got dings. We got some dings. Not a lot, but there's I see spine crack. Step on the crack. Break your comics back. This is actually looking pretty tight. I mean, yeah, just a little bit. That's one crack right there. Crack? And the ubiquitous milk ad. That's so we're advertising 3 things here. We got milk, we got X-Men, and we got the X-Men movie here. Hugh Jackman is. You won't believe a man will have claws. He's a really good Broadway actor. He can sing. This is actually the beautiful Ethan Van Sciver art, and this is a recreation, a tribute to showcase number 4 from October of 1956, Carmen Infantino, the famous cover that ushered in the Silver Age of comic books. Yeah, you're just getting it bored. Maybe I should consolidate these like 2 to 1. I don't know. I think I would tell. Yeah, I mean these are. We found out that the first issue would be worth $8 if it was a 9.2. I don't think mine's a 9.2. Sorry, Charlie. It's always funny when you see someone else's hair on a comic book. It ain't mine. I swear. You have a DNA test, too. I mean, oh, no, that ain't you. There's Rebirth 1. These were good comics, but like I said, about issue... I think Ethan even said it himself in interviews, that by issue... Oh, look at the... Here we go. PS3. When did this come out? Okay, this was $2.99. August of 2009. Abracadabra. I love it. Really awesome looking Bart. So that's Bart Allen. There's Wally, because Wally's the Flash as well. And there's his suit turns into the Black Flash for a little bit here. The famous, like, who is faster, Superman or the Flash? That's always been a comic book shop style conversation and a race in comic books. There's this one of those unanswerable questions, because in some forms of the story, Superman can fly faster than light. Here we are in the Speed Force. We got Johnny Quick, we got Max Mercury in there. And then the reveal of the big bad. The Reverse Flash. One of the best designs of a comic book villain. I love the Reverse Flash. Ever since I was a kid, there was the Secret Society of Supervillains. That was an ongoing Bronze Age title. I gotta pick up a few of those because for my spinner rack. And it was just, it was the original, like, Legion of Doom, and that we would soon see over in the Super Friends cartoon. Yeah. Where those boards go? They're the boards right here. And I hope you are having a great day. I hope that you are solving your problems and not having your problems solve you. I hope that you're running your mood and not having your mood run you. I hope you're running your emotions and not having your emotions run you. I hope you're running your day and not having your day run you. I hope you're running your kids, and I hope not that your kids aren't running you. I know that I'm not a parent. I don't know, so I can't. I don't personally live that agreement and deal. This is a great cover too. Ethan did the covers for all of these because he did all the art for it too. This is an homage to Flash number 123, A Flash of Two Worlds, the first meeting of Barry Allen and Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick was on the other side of the wall. They're both racing to save. They're both saying the same thing, like, "I will save you," and thus invented multiverse. And these are in great condition. Besides the spine roll, and I mean, just like I said, hi, I'm Eric O'Sullivan, and I suffer from spine roll. Like chronic scoliosis of my Funnybooks. Oh, I don't want to get all bent out of shape about a bad pun. Oh gosh, I'm spineless when it comes to bad puns. Oh, gee, Pika, you're gonna get us canceled with your sense of humor. Just the talent. I read whatever you write down. And then we're going to take a peek inside this last issue. Now, by issue 6, I feel like this lost momentum. Great art. I can't say anything like, here we have Flash Family. We got Barry. We got Max Mercury, Jay Garrick, Wally West, Jesse Quick, Kid Flash, that is Bart Allen at the time, and Irie West. That's Wally West and Linda Park West's one of their twins. How can you tell them apart? Well, it's simple. I mean, look at the Flash logo on the chest. This is actually the Flash logo on Wally's chest, because you can't see his eyes. Wally's mask covers his nose, and you see the lightning bolt goes in one direction around Barry's waist. That's very symbolic of Barry Allen's Flash. You have two adjoining lightning bolts meeting at his belly button, at his navel, on Wally's outfit, and that's how you can tell them apart just at a glance. Like, oh, that's got to be Wally West's Flash in the design. But the logo, his chest logo specifically, that design comes from Bruce Timm's Justice League Unlimited, where we have Wally West's Flash is the Flash of the Justice League and has that distinct Flash logo, which separates him from Barry's Flash. So they're very they resemble each other, yes, but they're very distinct. And one thing I like about the design, okay, so originally it was Ebert Thawne. He became the Reverse Flash. Now remember, this is only like a year or so before Flashpoint. Flashpoint's coming. What's Flashpoint about? Flashpoint, I love that the treads on Zoom's shoes are in reverse as well. They point in the opposite direction. They have reverse treads. We can't see it there. Usually it's Scott Collins does. Or maybe if we get another like really close up. But then comes this Flash family moment. Must have been in 5. But by now, Irie is calling herself Impulse, and she took the Impulse costume too, because that's her legacy. And yeah, it was okay. Like I said, it just ends like on a. It was written for the trade. It was fine. As rebirths go, I liked Green Lantern better. But yeah. I guess this trade paperback still sells, and with the upcoming Flash movie coming, there's a Flash movie coming out. With what's his face from Fantastic Beasts, with all the notoriety and the litigation and that his subsequent deportation to Canada and that country's refusal to accept him, it's more than your average 19-year-old can stand. Ogie Ogletorp. That's from Slapshot. Hockey movie. Ha 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 ha. Awesome. Yeah, and that does it for the Flash. Well, we also have this. I gotta put this in. They need bags. What am I talking about? We need to talk about Dead Heat for a second. We're talking about Wally West's Flash. I love this run. This is Flash's 108 through 112. 111 with Impulse numbers 10 and 11. And I paid $13 for them years ago. And I think and I looked it up in the book, they're worth $21 now. That's a newer board, so yeah. See, there's Wally's Flash right there. Once again, he's got no pupils on his eyes, and you can see at his waist the lightning bolts converge at his navel. Yet he's still using the traditional Flash chest logo. He will continue to do so with that until Flash Rebirth, where this a little logo change sets him apart. This is Flash number 108, December of 1995. Here's the Indicia colophone. Right there. So it's 2023. This comic book is 28 years old. Indeed. So Mark Waid is also writing Impulse. And it's a mini crossover. It's like when you have a family, like Batman, you got Detective Comics, you've got, if Robin has his own title going on, you usually have Batgirl, you got like Birds of Prey, you got maybe even got villains, you got like Harley Quinn could be involved too. And you have so many in the Bat family that you can have these little mini events. But this is the introduction of Savitar. Now, Savitar ends up being Wally's greatest adversary. Someone that Wally knows he can't beat. And Savitar, one by one, is taking out the speedsters and stealing their power to get faster and faster. What does Savitar want? He wants to be reunited with the Speed Force. He was part of the Speed Force. He got bounced out of it by chance. And he wants it back. So he'll kill and manipulate and be evil in order to achieve that nefarious goal. Love these stories. Here we got, see, who's that? That's Jenny Ognats. That's XS. And the lead, you see her Legion of Superheroes belt buckle? That's Impulse. That's her first cousin. Their parents were twins. We were talking about this the other day in the chat about Flash and about who's who and what's what. And I got a couple of comments that like, oh wow, I did not know that about Iris West. That in the Bronze Age, at the end of the Bronze Age, when Flash number 350 was coming out in 1985, see, before that, on their wedding day, Reverse Flash murders Iris West. And, of course, Barry being a good guy isn't going to, take a life. And around this time, too, here we go. Let's do it that way. Exactly. Around that time, too, Arthur Curry Jr., the Aqua Baby, gets killed by Black Manta. Yeah, so for me, I always thought that the Silver Age was... I didn't know what the Bronze Age was. And so I was thinking that the Silver Age was ending about 1973, 1974. You got the death of you had the death of Gwen Stacy. You have the death of Aqua Baby. You have the death of Iris West. So comics got a little dark in the mid 70s, before the 80s when it got really dark. So I felt that there was the Silver Age went the Silver. I used to think that the Silver Age fell into a Dark Age, and the Dark Age started about the mid 70s and definitely kicked in the early 80s. This is Impulse, and this is Humberto Ramos's art. I love Ramos's art. He's going to be at the convention next week, the Boston Wicked Comic Con. So, yes, Iris West. Auntie Iris to Wally West. Yes. Iris West. Her brother, Rudolph West. Rudolph had a wife. I forget her name. They had a son named Wallace. Red-headed, green-eyed Wallace they were from Blue Valley, Nebraska. Iris West will later go on to be the love interest and love of the life of Barry Allen, the Silver Age Flash. So the same freak accident that granted Barry his powers granted Wally his powers. So he is fighting crime with his nephew, and that's his uncle. So they have a legitimate avuncular relationship, although it's not made legal until Barry and Iris eventually get married. Yeah. There's Savitar, and the yellow faceplate with the red accents. That's how he is Wally's Reverse Flash. Now, Wally does have a Reverse Flash in Zoom 2, Hunter Zolomon. Yeah, I love this. Love this art. It got a computer, got a modem. That's so cute. And, okay, so Iris West is murdered. She's dead. All right? And she was killed by the Reverse Flash on their wedding day. What a stinker. Okay, but here comes comic book stuff. Okay, so Barry met another lady, and they fell in love, and his heart went on, and they were going to get married. And it's on their wedding day, and here they are. She's about to take her vows, and here comes Reverse Flash to kill her on her wedding day, just like what he did to Iris. And Barry snaps Eberdon's neck and kills him in self-defense. And so that too, so you have the death of Gwen Stacy at Marvel. Then over on DC, you have the death of Aquababy, a kid, an infant. Yeah, Arthur and Mara's baby got killed by Black Manta. Yeah, that's pretty dark, huh? And this is the Dead Heat finale. So Iris is dead, yeah? Well, how is she back? Comic book death? Here's the rub. Okay, so Barry goes on trial for killing Reverse Flash. And this is it's called the Trial of the Flash. It's at the end of his volume. It's like issues like 143 to 150. I mean, 343 or so to 350. I got 344. We showed that one. It's Kid Flash on the stand, having to testify against his uncle, and he gets exonerated. And then in issue 350, he gets a message from Iris. Iris is alive and well. She's in the 31st century, where she originally came from. So apparently, Iris West is a time traveler, and she went back in time to live this life in the 20th. Dare I say the 21st century, if we want to use a sliding rule on this one. And so upon death in the 21st century, in the Bronze Age here, she woke up in her old body, or a new body, or a new clone body, in the future that she came from. And she was waiting for him in the future. She, sends him, gives him the ability to come forward in time, or just using his Flash powers, you know what I mean? He can time travel, he's a Flash. And they live happily ever after, only for a couple of months. In that time, they get married. He impregnates his wife with expectant twins, Dawn and Dawn, D-O-N, the boy, and Dawn, D-A-W-N, the girl. And they were known as the Tornado Twins. And so, but what happens to the Flash? Well, it's in the opening pages of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Barry is in the 31st century, living life, and he gets pulled out of that happy existence by Psycho Pirate and the Anti-Monitor. They need him to, supercharge the Anti-Monitor's, evil machinery. and only he can do it. And so that was the death of Barry Allen in Crisis on Infinite Earths. And this is how he comes back, is told in Flash Rebirth. Yeah. And this is the end of Dead Heat. And this is Wally versus Savitar. So Iris comes back from the future. She's only a little older. She has a book called The Life of Barry Allen. And it's kind of just like this. It's just a story note in the Wade arc. And Wally knows he can't beat Savitar, and that they're only ripping up the world by racing each other. They're only causing destruction and mayhem and collateral damage. And all the other speedsters give them, Wally their speed. And he says to Iris, "I can't beat him." And she says, give him what he wants, Wally. And I found that to be one of those weird comic book style wisdoms, the occasional wisdom you get from a comic book. And because Jenny's right here, this is XS, Jenny Ognatz. That's Dawn West, Dawn, Dawn's daughter. She marries Mr. Ognatz, and they have Jenny. And Don Allen, Don, he marries Melanie Thawne. She's one of the Thawnes of Ebert Thawne's family. And they have their son, Bartholomew Bart Allen, a.k.a. Impulse. The Tornado twins die heroically saving their future. And these two grow up to be orphaned. But, a message from Auntie Iris. Yeah, she knows your future. She says you can't beat him. And Wally's like, what? This is great. She says, you have to give him what he wants. And he gets it. That smile on his face. Now, yes. And I've literally dealt with bullies like that myself. Give him what he wants. Your complete attention. I'm okay. I'm going to give you what you want. And it worked. And at the end of it, Wally just bounces off the Speed Force. Wally gets trapped in the Speed Force and comes back. And it introduces John Fox, Flash from the future, and who ultimately ends up being the Flash of the 853rd century during DC 1 million. Flash fact! I love the Flash. I'm going to continue to read the Flash. After issue 800, I hear it's going back to a new issue 1 with a new writer and a new tone that's going to be cosmic in quality, and written by Cy Spurrier, who I've never read anything by him. So I'm a Flash fan, so I'm gonna stick with the Flash until if I don't like it, I don't like it. But I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna keep giving it a try. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Turkey's done. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. And we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is New Release Sunday, and I got a stack of new releases, and we're going to be talking about the new comics of our lives. Usually during the week, we talk about old comics, but on Sunday, it's New Release Sunday. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. Subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We're about to break 1,000. We're gonna our first 1,000 subscribers, and you are a part of it. You are the most important part of it. You're the most important ingredient in this recipe. Seriously, this conversation that we've been having, and that we keep showing up to have daily. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.